We are recording. We are here. Okay, so today we're going to talk about the Google Forms situation. I'm going to effectively share my screen with you guys this time, just to give you guys a little bit of background for what I use Google Forms for, what you can use Google Forms for, lots of different applications. It's essentially a way for people to fill out a form that you can go in and view the responses. So you can do it for sample requests. I do it for my VIP club boxes, for applications for that. With your team, you can do it for like feedback. You can do it for, or with your customers, you can do it for feedback. Applications. So if you were to create some sort of like a training program for your team, you could use it for applications to the training program. Customer profiles. So if you want to know who, an easy way to gather who likes this scent and whose favorite product is this and blah, 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 you can do it for customer profiles and have them fill it out. So basically anywhere that you want to be able to go through and just see concentrated information. So I'll show you guys an example of one of mine, and then I'll show you guys how to build them. So I am now going to share my screen, and I'm going to do it right. Desktop, share screen. Okay, good? Yes? Okay, good. Good start. Okay, so, can I move this? Yes, okay, so we are in Google right now. So first thing that you want to do is log into your Google, and then you're going to go up to this little guy over here with the 9 buddies. And so you go here and you're kind of like, oh, basic stuff, it's whatever. Go to more. There's so much cool stuff in more. Keep going to even more because there's even more cool stuff. And then ignore this. I clicked on it earlier. It seems to be an ad for the Google voice machine situation, whatever. I am literally going all the way down past all of the other cool Google stuff to the bottom to find forms. Right here, it's this purple guy. You guys can see I do have it bookmarked for myself up here so I can get into them in and out pretty easily, but so we're in forms. So you can see here that, oh God, easy spot for docs, sheets, slides, and forms. All very cool tools that are very, very useful. But we're focusing on the forms tonight, and if we want to learn, hello, okay, there we go. Keep opening windows, bro. Okay, so here we go. This is gonna be your basic sheet, except yours isn't gonna have any of this stuff because this is all my stuff. So they do have some templates and stuff that you can use. I always do blank. I always just start my own because it's just easier for me to do it with my own thought process, but you can go through templates if you're not sure what you're doing, you wanna look at them, or, so on and so forth. What do I want to look at here to show you guys an example? I think I'll do the original Reboot Camp form. So it saves all of your forms in here, right? So this is what it looks like on my end of all of the stuff for the form that I created, right? And then here are my responses. Super, super easy to see. You can turn them on and off. I'll show you guys all of this. And then what it looks like from the outside, so I can show you guys a finished one. If you click that little eyeball, oh, well, you can't see it because I turned off responses, but if you click the eyeball, it would show you what the actual form looks like to people who are using the form. So, hello, get out of there. Oh God, go away. Resume, okay. I need it to get out of there. Can I make this? Does that help? Okay. Can you still see my screen if I make it big like that? Yeah? Okay. Okay, so if we're gonna make our own, I'm gonna go to blank, and then I am going to make it fun. And everything is just clickable. So if I click here, I can ask a question. It automatically defaults to multiple choice, but if I click in here, it gives you all of the different options, right? So you can do check boxes, drop down boxes, multiple choice, short answer, paragraph, blah, 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 anything that you want. So say you want to find out when is the best time and day to train or to attend trainings. I should maybe do that. To attend trainings, you could do the date and time format and get a grid and all that stuff. And I'll show you all that at the end. If you do something on mistake, you can trash it, you can duplicate it. Obviously, the stuff's pretty straightforward. Required means that they have to answer it if they want to fill out the form. If it's not required, they don't have to answer it. It's optional. Obviously, these guys just, I don't know what that does, to be perfectly honest. It's whatever. So over here, we can throw in new stuff. So a new title is going to be a new kind of section of it. This little plus sign is going to give you the option to make a new question. This is going to give you the option to import an image. Oh, what's on my desktop? We'll put this shit in there. So we can put our little guy in there, and then blah, 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 add video. I've certainly never done that, but that would be fun and cool to do. So section is going to essentially be like a new actual section like this. So if you wanted to have one section for favorite types of, or favorite products, and then a second section for the actual request form or something as far as samples go. So say one section for favorite types of scents. Let's just do it that way. Blah, blah, blah. We'll stick with multiple choice. Actually, we would make this one checkboxes so that they can do more than one option. Oh my gosh, Alyssa, get it together. I'm tired, guys. Citrus doesn't have a situation. What else is there? Lavender, blah, blah, blah. Make sure everything's spelled right, otherwise you'll look like a big dummy. You can make it required. All this, so you can do questions throughout. And then here we're gonna do and then put in what is your name, and that would be a short answer. And if you hit enter, a lot of times it will kind of assume what you want from it. Short answer, so it'll kind of assume. And these things, obviously, I would want to be required because I'm trying to mail them stuff. So let's say we're done. We finished all of our little sections. Sorry, I feel like I know that I'm going too fast. But you guys, I hope you're making notes of your questions. Okay, so this is super important. This is a question that I get all the time. Is there a way to make it so that you can see if they, so that you get an email to tell you if they have responded to it, so you don't have to physically go in and check it? Why, yes, there is. So if you go into the responses up here, I'm going to do it again. You're initially in sections. If you go to responses and you click the three little dots over here, you can click get email notifications, and it will enable email notifications. So you will receive an email every time a form is submitted. You also have the option to download an Excel document. I think it might actually, I don't know if it does Excel or if it puts it into Google, Google, whatever they're called. But you can download an actual document that will let you see everything in one big place instead of having to go through. You can turn this on and off. So not accepting responses is the one I showed earlier. Accepting responses would be open for happiness. As far as design goes, if you go up to this little art guy up here, you can change the color scheme, or you could design your own situation. You can choose their little themes here. So that would change your little guy there, or you can create your own and upload something. and that'll allow you to change your little header up here. So that is a fun thing. Again, here's our preview. So now we can see what our form looks like. You can see where you maybe put something in that you didn't need. If we click next, it takes us to the next situation. Oh, we have to answer this one because we made it required, blah, blah, blah. And then you can see the second section. So it goes through pages when you have the sections versus being one big long thing like we saw in the beginning. Oh, settings. So we can make them do email, where it collects email address, response receipts. It will send, do all these, and that would be if they get a receipt for their response or not. So it's basically like that would be an emailed receipt. So if you want them to receive an emailed receipt, then you can do that. I don't really see much of a point to that, but I guess it depends on your, whatever, your intention. Sign-in requirement, you can limit it to one response. I kind of recommend that, except it requires them to have a Google account. But otherwise, people will think that they didn't necessarily send it out, so maybe I should send receipts. You can also check if they can edit after they submit, if they can see the summary charts and responses. Presentation, show progress bar, that'll show, especially if you have different what were they called? Different sections. It'll show like page 1 of 2 or page 3 of 4, whatever. Shuffle question order would be if you were doing a quiz, I guess. Show link to submit another response, and then you can put in a confirmation message. Thank you so much for being an amazing customer. You deserve to be pampered. Save. Oh, nope, Alyssa, you didn't mean to do that though. Okay, so quizzes. I've never done this, so I've never actually used it, but if you make it a quiz, it would be obviously more of an official situation. I don't know why we would do that in our business. If you have any, play with it. If you have any questions, let me know and I'll play with it, but I don't know why we would use that. Okay, so that's the settings tab. On this guy, you can make a copy. So for instance, when I was doing Reboot Camp, I would just make a copy of the form each month. It would give me a fresh form with no responses, so I didn't have to dig through all of the responses. It would give me a fresh copy of the exact same thing, so I was always using the exact same situation. Get a pre-filled link. Answer questions you want to pre-fill. I don't know what that is, to be perfectly honest with you. Print, blah, blah, blah. Add collaborators. If you want to add team members or something like that, you could add them in so they can also edit and, help you out in there, I guess. All of this stuff is too technical for me, so I have no idea what it is. And then the send button. This is fun. You can send via email, right? That's fine. This is my favorite. This gives you the link. This is an ugly link. If you click shorten URL, it will give you a nice, neat, smaller, less ugly link for them to choose. So I always do that shortening. You can do this embedding HTML. That seems like way too much, computer speak for me, so I'm not sure what that's for, but I'm sure somebody could tell you. And then here we could share via Facebook, Twitter, Google. Okay, so we're going to now show you guys my VIP club, and I will show you guys how it looks when you have actual responses. So in the responses section, you can see that it breaks down each question, right, in a giant chunk right there, okay? And then it also breaks down your individual responses. So I can view each one individually and go through each of them. And you'll see at the end here that I had several from one person. So I have to go through it and whatever, fix it for myself, but that's my situation. So that's what it looks like with the responses. And again, we can download the responses. Oh, it does put it in an Excel situation. And we can, come on, Betty. There we go. And then we have it all in a nice little Excel form here. and it's nice and easy. Depending on how long your situation is, it becomes less easy, but it gives you a timestamp. It gives you all of the answers to your question. So let me, oh God, help me. Okay, there we go. I'm going to stop sharing. I am going to look at the chat bar and see if you guys have said anything. You have not. Do you guys have any questions about anything? Did I miss anything? Did I go too fast on anything?
I think you're good.
Did it all make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I get nervous about training stuff that I use a lot because I know I make it sound very boring and like blah, 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 blah.
Blah, blah.
It took me 17 years to learn how to do it, so now it's whatever. But if you guys have any questions about anything as far as how to use them or, you know, specific stuff that you'd like to do in there, just holler at me, I guess.
Have you made like if you do a subscription box, like would you be able to get everything you need to know out of there? Like doing it that way? I guess I don't know what I'm asking.
Yeah. I mean, you can totally customize what questions you're asking, what information you want, blah, 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 blah. You could make a pretty subscription box like sample thing and take a picture of it and make that into the.
And add it in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I did one for. I was doing baskets for a little while for.
That's what I was thinking too. Yeah.
And I had pictures of each basket and like a way for them to order the basket.
That basket. Okay.
Yeah, they're really flexible.
Okay.
Hi, Kathy. Any other questions, comments, concerns?
I don't think so.
No? Okay, well then I'm gonna stop recording so the video stays short and sweet. Yay.